Hi, this is attorney Nicole Christie from the Christie Law Firm, and I'm here to talk about Alcohol Awareness Month, which is this month, April 2024. And so we thought it would be a good idea to put out a series of videos just dealing with the issue of alcoholism. And one of the things that I wanted to point out today in today's video is some interesting statistics that we did find. Number one, in the last couple of years, over 8,800 cases that came into DCF had something to do with alcoholism or some type of substance abuse, I should say. And so that's a lot of cases, that's a lot of families and a lot of children who are being impacted. And alcoholism, and when there is some significant abuse going on and the children are exposed to it, it has such an impact. We don't readily see it. The kids aren't necessarily crying out and saying stop drinking, but it has a lot of impact on them. It can impact them for school. It could impact them regarding their own self-esteem, that sense of stability when they can't tell whether or not mommy and daddy are going to wake up to take them to school, whether mommy and daddy are going to cook dinner that night. And it has a lot to do with their development over time. And you will see that sometimes kids who are grown up in a home like that, they have behavioral concerns, they have mental health concerns, anxiety being one of the most serious ones. We also found an interesting statistic that said, it was a study done by DCF in 2015, that said for kids who were under the age of 3 and there was an indication of some type of substance abuse, there was a higher rate of child fatalities with those families. And so it's a scary thought that you think to yourself, this drink could cost my child's life. And I'm not here to scare you. I'm not here to tell you to put every alcohol down and don't ever drink. But if you are at a point where you notice that you reach for the alcohol often, that you reach for it when you're depressed, you reach for it when you're stressed, you reach for it when you don't know what else to do, or you reach for it to somewhat get away from problems that you are dealing with, because we all have them. We all have things that nag us, things that really depress us, things that we haven't really dealt with or haven't healed from. But alcohol abuse is something so serious that it not only impacts you, but it impacts your children. And if you think about it, if it impacts your children, and half the time they also note that, I shouldn't say half, but there are times when alcohol abuse will also lead those children to grow up and also abuse alcohol. When you interview some people, they'll tell you that their grandmother was an alcoholic, their grandfather was an alcoholic, their mother was an alcoholic. And now you're talking about generations of alcohol abuse. And so we want to be those who are the generation that stops these generational curses from coming down to one generation after another. And we want to say, you know what, the buck stops here. We're going to get help. One of the ways that I've seen people get serious help is through AA. I had a client who swore by AA. This client went to AA, and it helped formulate this family for her that she really didn't have, and it helped her reunify with her daughter. And so she noted that that support system, that acknowledgement, the work that is done in AA is so critical. I've heard other individuals say that as well. So find an AA meeting right near you. It's very important that you do that, because it's not just about you. And I think that, sometimes we're drinking and we'll wait till the kids go to bed and I'll just have my wine then. But then you realize the bottle is finished and you finished it all by yourself. Or you notice that instead of a 6-pack, you're getting a 12-pack of beer, or sometimes a 30-pack of beer, and it doesn't last long. That is an indication that something has to be addressed. And especially if you have children, they are seeing this. They're seeing this day in and day out. And don't think you're hiding it from them. They see the bottles. They know the smell. They know the change in your behavior. So think about them as well as thinking about yourself and realizing there is another way. And AA is pivotal. There's individual counseling, there's group counseling. Whatever works for you to get the support that you need, we encourage you to do that. In some other videos, we'll share with you how DCF approaches substance abuse issues and alcoholism, and how best to deal with them when that is the identified issue. Take care.